Fuck it.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know how to edit?
I can, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. So I am here today with local comedian and the self-described blue-haired liberal at the table. And while we were going to talk about some high-level art involving Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren, it turns out I'm a shitty friend, and I didn't watch the movie because I was like, this is terrible. I'm not going to give it my time. And because there's so much that has happened in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
The word bimbification has
Entered the
entered the public
lexicon.
That's a good one. I like that word. Yeah, so the husband of Ice Barbie herself, Mr. Byron Noem, wealthy insurance broker, turns out he likes dressing like a lady with giant boobs. And we don't judge. We don't judge. We don't shame. I'll just say that, like, if that's your wife, I guess, man. I guess.
He was just making up for what she didn't bring to the table.
He's probably got such a great personality. He probably doesn't need
sure.
the boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Caddy Wonka's boobs.
Oh my gosh, the nipples on there were really weird. I haven't seen nipples that bad on a lady or a dude for that matter since 90s adult entertainment, where sometimes you'd have a nipple that was over here, with like the cut up, like you could see the stitches.
Fun fact: I was actually born with uneven nipples.
Not as uneven as
like literally, they were like this when I was a kid. Since they've like developed, they've generally in the same direction.
Okay.
Same parallel. But as a kid, that was.
But what if Byron Noem
So maybe it's
has the same thing though? Like his
he's
nipples, he's really
like
got one nipple that's way up here,
he might,
and like one
mine
normal
was
nipple.
not like.
And his wife right now is probably like, at least you are accurate with your nipples, Byron.
Yeah.
But like, what is that conversation at the house look like tonight? Like, what is she gonna say that he can't come back with? Well, you were fucking Lewandowski. I mean,
Which is worse, like having sex with Corey Lewandowski or being known as the guy with the bimboification tits? Like, what would be the more awkward, publicly known thing?
he's the only person that knows. He is the only person.
Unless he's fucked Corey Lewandowski, he doesn't know. Like,
well, I mean, he's man.
Or you're the person that she valued Corey Lewandowski more than yourself. That's his role. That's his role.
Man, she chose Corey Lewandowski publicly over her family. But to be fair, right, she wouldn't have had to spend $220 million to get pictures taken of her if Byron...
He knows how to play dress up.
Well, he was playing dress up, but he obviously wasn't paying attention to his lady, and
Correct.
that's why she had to get the 230 or whatever, $1 trillion to make up for it. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Why not? Hey. I can appreciate that, but I just can't. I'm trying to imagine a woman screaming, "Give it to me, Corey Lewandowski! Give it to me!" I mean, like, Kristi Noem looks like a lady that likes to have a good time. He looks like he's really good at taxes. Like he's good at taxes. He's good at D&D. He's good at things that don't require him to go outside of the house. And apparently also fucking Byron Noem's wife.
Yeah. No.
Which, by the way, like, there's a whole lot of things to unpack with this. One of them is that really comes up now, and go back to Epstein on this, blackmail. This is all blackmail material.
Yeah.
And this
100%.
This is nowhere near as bad as a dead girl or a live boy.
Well, we've already established that a good portion of America doesn't give a shit about any of that. So, I mean, you and I would argue, yes, it doesn't rise to that level, but we've already established that that level doesn't matter with a large portion of our population.
I wish you were wrong.
I would like to be wrong too, but
I really wish you were wrong.
I mean,
I wish I could
nothing
say
has
you
happened.
were wrong and point to it. You're 100% right, but I mean, what do you expect to? I mean, I know what we expect to happen with Epstein, Pam Bondi, and Kash Patel, and former whatever he was, Dan Bongino, and Donald Trump told us what they were going to do. They told us what they were going to do when they got in there, and they were going to release all the names, and people were going to jail. And Pam Bondi had a whole document on her desk, and then she's like,
well, she released phase 1 very dramatically with the binders.
Oh yeah,
and all the social media stars.
But it was all information that had already gone out. Yeah. So there was. Now, did they do that before or after they said there was nothing? That's what
it was after, because there was nothing, and then it was I think at first it was like, oh no, the files are on my desk, which she's like, I'm just reviewing the files now, and then that didn't pacify people. People kept like, no, give us the files, and then I think it was the
influencers.
The influencers got the binders, and then nothing happened for ages, and then the law that half of the legislature tried to avoid from, release the files, and they still haven't released all the files in violation of the law.
Good people would be harmed. Good people at Mossad and good people at the many organizations that kidnap these young ladies and young boys.
Yeah.
So these are good people who might get wrapped up in some bad things because someone that they know is into bad things.
Yeah.
They were just happen to be in some emails. It's not
just being in an email doesn't make you guilty. Like I can send
Oh no, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like I think we've all seen the grape soda and the pizza and the beef jerky. Yeah. The jerky stuff is weird.
All of it's weird. All of it's gross and weird and terrifying.
The craziest thing to me is that the craziest thing is the thing that makes sense, right? That there is a group, a terrible, evil group of elite people that kill children and eat them and bury them in the desert. Or they throw them off the side of boats in the Virgin Islands and let the sharks do the
or they buy sulfuric acid and just dissolve bodies.
Yeah, the day before their name gets released.
Yeah.
That's such a weird, by the way,
weird
such
timing.
a weird timing.
Weird timing.
So, to be fair though, like I've had some times where I bought large quantities of sulfuric acid and it was just bad timing. Yeah. Like it was like, I got to get rid of this thing that I shouldn't have killed that I killed.
For your water purification plant?
For my water purification, yeah. Yeah.
Completely logical. Yeah. Yep. Enjoy your water. I brewed it for you. All on my own. Just like Aaron Brockovich.
What a lady.
Yeah.
What a lady.
We need to actually get her in the files. She'll get shit done.
There are so many people that would get things done better than the people that we have now.
Yeah.
And their mouthpieces. I don't understand. This is a thing that's bothered me for forever. And specifically guys and gals like Sean Hannity, or on the left, you've got the Scarborough people, and they're just that are professionally angry. Like at all times of the day. Like they're not multimillionaires.
Well, I think they are.
They are.
Okay.
They are. Like they're not multimillionaires who woke up and got a foot rub and a breakfast sandwich made by an egg that was just laid by a French cook. All right, like these. Life is good. Why is Sean Hannity so angry? Why is Joe Scarborough so angry? Why they're it's all the same team anyway. Like I get that you're supposed to be performative anger, but at a certain point, it's like you're just gonna die, and you're gonna be remembered as an angry asshole.
Yeah.
And
and here's the fun fact about me. So Sean Hannity, I don't know how long ago, 10, 12, 15 years ago, was actually one of my favorite shows, but it was Sean Hannity and Alan Combs, and it was a conservative, liberal, back and forth.
Yeah.
It was not Looney Tunes insane. And then there was a shift. I don't know, because I watched it for several years, and then it just became Sean Hannity.
Well, Combs got sick and died.
Well, he didn't die on the show. This was not that point. He was still on the show.
Yeah.
But I stopped watching because it just became a yell fest. Like he would over yell Alan Combs, and I was like, I can't watch this. I can't hear anything. And he's just continued. So that was not how he started out. And he morphed at some point. Honestly, it's 10 or 15 years ago. I'm not sure, when it was still Hannity and Combs. He morphed when Bill O'Reilly was also on the air still. Those were my go-to television shows. Oddly enough, the blue-haired liberal was a Fox News consumer all the time, every night. But there was a slow shift to where it went from conversation, multiple viewpoints, to it noticeably, palpably shifted to what we now have, which is just conservative, angry. And I walked away at that point.
Is it the same thing on MS Now or any of the more liberal platforms? CNN. So CNN is being purchased by Larry Ellison. So, and to be fair, CNN did point out that 100% of MAGA supporters are behind Donald Trump. That was a real CNN statistic.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, if that goes hand in hand, though, I don't think you can be MAGA and not support Trump, because the minute you don't support Trump, you're no longer MAGA. You might still be a conservative.
Well,
and they're conservative and MAGA in my mind. Like, I can handle conservatives. MAGAs can walk off a short pier.
Well, there was a split inside of the MAGA community, the MAGA community and then the America First community.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so the America First community is, they're very, I wouldn't say they're anti-Israel, but they're anti-welfare state for Israel. Okay. They are anti-foreign war of aggression.
Okay.
You have, they hate Donald Trump.
Well, then, but if they're America First, they're not MAGA.
But what I'm saying is MAGA is disappearing. MAGA at this point is are old men who don't care that blowing Bubba could potentially either mean Donald Trump putting his mouth on Bill Clinton or
horse.
Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. Which, by the way, I hope it's both.
Yeah. But the thing is, they probably just don't believe it's what do they call it? I'm blanking on the word. It's made up shit.
Yeah, fake news.
It's fake news. So they just don't believe it.
So Alex Jones was talking about this like 10 years ago. He was talking about how there's a video of Donald Trump doing gay stuff, and that it's being used as blackmail.
Oh, I think he's been blackmailed out the wazoo.
100%.
I think we are in the situation we are in is because of blackmail and then dumb people. Because MAGA is not being blackmailed. They just can't. They're incapable of deciphering valid information from invalid.
I think
they will believe anything if it fits their narrative.
It believes what they already believe and what they want to believe.
That's my point.
It's all biases. And that goes to someone saying to me recently that there's no truth, there's just perspective.
Yeah, or like in relationships, there's his version, her version, and somewhere in the middle is what actually happened. At the same time, do I think every story that's in the Epstein files is accurate? No. I think there's, just because someone makes a report does not mean that report is accurate. But when you've got report after report after report after report with similar information with people who have no way of working together for a conspiracy, it's just report after report that's similar stories, then that lends some credence.
So the Rothschilds, if I'm not mistaken, are referenced more in the Epstein files than Donald Trump.
That I'm not familiar with. I thought he was mentioned like 1,000,000 times or some obnoxious number. Like, I don't think my name, not the season, obviously, but my name has ever been written down 1,000,000 times in the course of my near 50 years.
To be fair, you've never been a Wall Street billionaire. You've never you didn't host The Apprentice.
Correct, but I have sent an ass ton of emails, and the amount of emails that Epstein himself sent is just fascinating. Like, is that how people talk?
To cook children?
Is that, but like, literally, is that how people talk? Because if I'm going to do crime, like, I'm not a crimey person, but if I'm going to do crime, like, I know we don't put it in email.
Well, if you're untouchable, right? If you are an absolutely untouchable person, if you are a Mossad agent, if you are an intelligence asset, you're not worried, and you're hoping that the person that you're responding to, that is responding to you, feels the same level of security.
Right, but ultimately he was touchable. He died in jail.
Do you think he's dead?
Well, he went to jail. I don't know if he's dead. I think there's some questionable things about him being dead, but ultimately he went to jail, and or was killed in jail.
I think that you put him in jail.
And how long was he there? He was there. It wasn't like he was there a week. He was there.
It wasn't very long. It wasn't
several months at minimum.
I don't think we'll look into that. I'm sure.
I'll look it up right now.
But I don't know that it necessarily matters. I think that what happened is, I think he got out. I think that somebody got him out in that time that isn't accountable for.
The 2 minutes where the video.
Yeah.
He had 13 months in a work release program.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yep. And then he was in jail a little over a month from when he was arrested in July 6th and died in August 10th.
Repatriated?
Possibly.
Yeah, he's chilling in a bunker in Tel Aviv right now, telling Jared Kushner what to do.
I don't know. That one, is it feasible in this timeline? Sure, anything's feasible. That one I have a hard time.
Why?
So many people would have to be quiet about it that I don't think they would. I think at this point something would have slipped. A good conspiracy is the fewer people involved as possible, and to make that happen, there's just too much in my mind. There's too much that could have. They'd have to control too many people.
I don't think you have to control too many people. I just think you have to have the right incompetent people there. All right, you have to have the right dumb. You have to schedule the right dumb people. And I think that one of the things that crushes me about anytime anything happens, whether it's no one checking on Jeffrey Epstein or the withdrawal from Afghanistan, it's never about accountability. It's never, we're trying to find out what happened, but no one is ever going to be held accountable. But the excuse is always that it's incompetence. So are we that incompetent?
Well,
are we?
Sometimes people are held accountable. Right now, for the Epstein files, it's just a woman. The only one that's been held accountable, at least in America, is a woman. She's been moved to Club Fed, but
she trafficked people to no one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but she's the only one who is paying for this vast trafficking network.
I think it's worth mentioning that,
as she should, but
Les Wexner, during his, I guess it's testimony in front of
Congress,
mm-hmm. when he mentioned getting in touch with Epstein, meeting Epstein through the Rothschilds, his lawyer told him to shut the fuck up or he'd kill him.
Yeah.
So I think that we're missing a whole other thing. Mm-hmm. And this is just my opinion. Prince Andrew was essentially, for all intents and purposes, an arms dealer for the British arms industry. Jeffrey Epstein had a history going back to the Iran-Contra era mm-hmm. of getting weapons where they needed to go. So let's imagine you have some blackmail information on the biggest arms dealer in England, who also happens to be the prince, who's at one point was what, third or fourth in line?
I think so.
Yeah. So
before the boys were born.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an interesting thing.
Well, I would posit that Prince Andrew probably felt the most untouchable because he's the first royal who's been arrested in something like 400 years.
Yeah, I think the last royal to get arrested was probably a wife, and she was arrested by her king husband and
shortly
decapitated.
Yeah,
because you couldn't do divorces or something.
Americans barely know American history. We sure shit don't know British history. we know one part of British history.
He killed his wife
the day we won.
We haven't cared about your opinion since 1776.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. We live in a world, a country where I think the goal is to be as dumb as we can possibly be.
I mean,
I don't know if it's the person's goal, but I think it's the kind of societal goal, the overall
goal. We're shifting to, the colleges. If you're college educated, it's a dirty word.
Why do you think it's a dirty word?
I have a lot of thoughts of why, and I don't know if I'll be able to cleanly articulate why I think it is. I think that we've always been a classist society, and not necessarily like lower class, middle class, upper class. Yes, those exist, but then there's also subclasses, if you will. So like there was a large push, I don't know, I'm 49, when I was in high school, to you must go to college, you must go to college, you must go to college. Even then, you weren't getting the message vocational education was valid. That was never offered it was always seen as if you can't hack college, become a plumber, become an electrician, at least in my experience. And I think things morphed to the point where you now have a batch of people who are educated, like it or not, they have the science behind them for certain topics that doesn't fit the narrative of folks who have maybe a more traditional or conservative viewpoint on the world. And it's created this wedge. And Trump gave a lot of people permission to say the things out loud that they've always felt for a really long time. And he is very good at marketing, if you will. Like, he can get his message out, and he gets it out in a way that a lot of people will swallow, a lot of people will believe, and they buy in. And that was one, and he's well educated. All his children are educated. He's going to make sure his grandchildren are educated. He's not sending his kids to plumbing school, which, don't get me wrong, plumbers are necessary. Electricians are necessary. I think we should send more kids to vocational school, because not everybody is meant for college, and it's doesn't always work out the way you think it's going to. Even with a college degree, it doesn't necessarily pay off 100%. But we have now this wedge that has been, it was another building block to divide this nation, when was setting up that the elites, the educated, they think they're better than everybody else. And it's like, no, I don't think they think they're better than everybody else. They just have a batch of knowledge that you don't necessarily have, and that doesn't make it bad. I have zero idea how to plumb shit, so I'm gonna call somebody who knows how to plumb shit, and I'm not gonna speak down because, oh, you know how to plumb and I don't, so that makes you the idiot and me not. But that's sort of where things are shifting to, where I've seen where college is treated as like, oh, you've been indoctrinated. Like, no, you're not indoctrinated. They just have additional information that you may not have, and that's okay.
Well, I think that what you're seeing on the pushback on that is how much of these jobs that you are getting a $50,000 or $60,000 degree in, how many of them are disappearing because of artificial intelligence, large language models? There are less people going to school to be lawyers than any time.
Yeah. Well, there's college for a long time had been on the upswing. Like year after year after year, more and more people went to college. The last couple of years, it's now dropped. We're on the downslope. College in general, not even just lawyers, college in general.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I've met some dumb Americans. And
the smartest man I ever met had an 8th grade education. Full stop. 8th grade education. So, like, I'm college educated, but I also understand that the college education is not everything by any stretch. Now, if I, have to have surgery, I would like my surgeon to have a whole lot of college. I don't want to do surgery like it's 1850.
We're getting robot surgery.
I have had robot surgery.
And who doesn't feel better? I feel better with a robot doctor than I do with a person.
But it was still manipulated by a human.
Well,
the human never actually, in the course of the surgery, she didn't touch my body. She sat at a computer. Robot came in. There was a surgical tech that actually manipulated, put the cameras in, put the robot arms in. But she sat at the computer and joysticked my uterus on out. Fascinates me.
Like a claw toy.
Yeah, it's exactly what she did.
Walmart.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that uterus.
I paid more than $1, but I would absolutely not trust a self-directed robot yet.
I feel like there are some surgeries that you don't necessarily need to go to college for. I feel like a hernia operation or a vasectomy is something that, like, if you got a buddy that can do like electricity, you could probably do this. You could probably figure out how this moves and how this works, and just solder it.
So you have 3 boys. Would you encourage your boys to just get a random robot buddy vasectomy? I would ask. I mean,
as a guy who's already had a vasectomy.
That's my point. I know this about you. That's why I didn't ask about you. But when it comes to your 3 boys, would you encourage them to just hey, let Artemis get in there?
Being a man of the future, yes.
I call bullshit. Bullshit. No. One slip and off goes your testicle.
Okay, but that's so much of life, right? Is one slip and you could lose a testicle.
Sure, but how many men have lost testicles?
Oh, quite a few.
Quite a few, huh? I know of one man who has lost a testicle, and it was a cancer diagnosis.
Okay.
I mean, sure, anecdotally, I'm not all the examples, but I feel like if it was a common problem, we'd know about it.
Well, maybe that's something that, information that is being kept from us by Big Testicle.
Maybe the nudicles are so amazing that when you get in there, you can't even tell the difference.
I haven't thought about nudicles in 30 years. Folks, nudicles were the silicone testicles that you would put in your dog after your dog had their testicles removed. Now, I personally had a small Chihuahua, and I had his replaced with Saint Bernard.
Hey,
so he couldn't go anywhere, and he peed on himself a lot, but he had giant balls.
Walk like a cowboy.
He couldn't walk. He had to scoot and drag his testicle. Just grab his testicles on the ground. Yeah. He hated life.
He had his own version of truck nuts.
Yeah, but I could do it myself though. That's the thing it was a surgery I could do myself. And I did.
You installed his nudicles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Saint Bernard testicles.
For sure.
Giants.
Where'd you source those?
Oh, I got them online.
Of course, you can get anything online.
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon. You can go up. You can get nudicles. They also, you can go to Temu, and you can get Temu nudicles.
You know what you can also get online?
All kinds of stuff.
Giant fake tits. Probably from the same webpage.
I bet you. You think he got Temu titties?
Maybe that's why they're, the
at what point
the headlights look like they were installed by Jethro, because they're like, no, it's fine.
Nah, it'll just work its way in there, man.
You can see the sky and the sidewalk.
I see what's going on.
Yeah, he's got, what's that meme where it's that like cross-eyed redneck? He was probably, that's what you're gonna get with Billy Bob doing your vasectomy. You'll end up with a ball in your butthole.
Butt ball.
Yeah, give him new meaning to tuck him away.
On that note, so do you have any dates lined up? Comedy dates?
Yeah, I will be. I will be performing at the KPAL fundraiser. I have no details other than it's April 18th, and it will be Summer's going to do a PG-13 show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'll be stretching. No swearing. Can't talk about everything I always talk about on stage.
Okay, so KPAL, Kenai Peninsula Animal Lovers. They are a local organization that rescues dogs, led by the fearless. I mean, she rode with Charlemagne, Kelly Griebel, because she's. I was going to say she's real old, but she's not.
No, she's my age.
Much like Charlemagne, not the god, but the French one. Right. Italian? I don't remember. Anyway. So KPAL, April 18th.
Yep.
All right.
I have no other details yet about where and timing, but keep an eye out for tickets, because even if you don't want to come see me, it supports a good purpose.
All right. Now, if you want to support some deviants, April 18th, we've got a sober show at 7 and a not sober show at 9. And then on the 25th, I believe, the 25th of April, I will be headlining at the Back Door in Kenai. I'm going to work in about 5 minutes just of backdoor stuff. Just the callbacks are going to be great. The callbacks are going to be wonderful. I'm excited about all of it. All right. Thank you if you're listening this far, watching this far, thank you. And I love you.